Not yet.
Oh my God.
What y'all think of it real quick? Let's see. Let's see. I can't see now. What do you think? How you think it looks? You see it yet?
Yeah, I see it.
No,
Okay.
you're not showing live on mine yet.
As I am.
Messing with the camera right now.
Okay. I'm trying to get where I'm live. I don't see myself either. There it goes. Oh yeah, that looks pretty good. Refresh it, Riddle.
I did. I got it up now.
What do you think? We look more professional than yesterday, which wasn't hard.
Yeah, the only thing I was saying is like you could put locked and loaded under Tony.
Well,
and
I have
goated
to.
between me and you.
So this is all one image right here. I have the means to. Yeah, I have to. I have the means to do it. I just got to take the extra time. Like, so I'm gonna work on the Twitch one while we're sitting here just shooting the shit. I'm gonna work on the Twitch one. We need to. I guess we need to start trying to figure out topics for Saturday. I'm assuming the games will be topic enough, but anytime that we can get together and make a damn podcast, I guess we need to. There's more content,
I mean,
you know, as long as it's good content. Obviously, we don't want to.
That's good. You got no packet loss.
I'm literally moving.
why does that look so crooked to me?
What is it? Oh, it's because you got the angle, dude.
Yeah, I know, but still.
It's like, why does that look so crooked?
Oh shit.
Tony, pull up if you don't mind, pull up Discord too. I mean, not Discord, Twitch or something.
I mean, I have TikTok. Hold on.
Well, I need feedback on the big one too.
All right, let's see. Yep. Oh,
Trying to mess around. That ain't the right one. There's that.
hold on. I got this advertisement real quick.
I know. So there's
I mean,
that.
I can see it up in top right corner right now.
Okay. So what I'm trying to do right now is just get a. So what I'm gonna have is I'm gonna have like 5 screen captures essentially for when all 5 of us, and then when someone's not there, I'm just gonna get rid of 2 of them. What's up, Chris? What are you doing? Look, does it look better than yesterday? We're not done. Riddle, we've got some more ideas and we're working on it. But we're trying to make it look better.
Move my camera again. Let's see.
So now all we need is you, Chris. We got Tony, we got me, we got Riddle Cakes. I gotta get him in here.
Oh. I do have a question for you because I told it to Tony earlier.
Okay.
If you right click, hang on, let me close this down. If I right click on the screen and it pops up that tab,
Yeah.
Go down to roll. My
Roll?
roll is, yeah. I don't appreciate my roll. I'm wondering which one of y'all did it.
What is it? What
It's
is it?
baby nuts.
Is it baby nuts? who are you in there with?
So it don't let me click on it or nothing. It just like when we're in here, it says baby nuts, and I'm like, what the?
It says baby nuts.
Hang on,
Hey
let me take a
man,
picture of it.
I don't know
Send it to
who
you,
would do
Brandon.
such a thing. Who would do such a thing? All right. Let me.
I said it was probably gonna be. It was probably Chris when we were doing Discord. a
So
while
Chris
back.
is a moderator, but I don't know.
This could have been when we were doing the GTA Live stuff, and
Oh,
I used to
hey.
come into Discord and just talk to y'all and stuff.
Well, we're talking about doing that again. I gotta find that. Oh, okay. Hold on. I gotta download this real quick.
Yeah, when you get a second, grab your phone. I sent you that picture.
God. Baby nuts. I
was
don't
like,
know.
I asked Tony. I said, "What is your role?" And he said, "Generals." And I was like, "What? Why am I baby nuts?"
You're Tony. You're generals.
Yeah, it says generals.
I thought you were daily carry.
Yeah, that's what I thought I
So it used to be.
Yes, it says my role is generals.
I think Chris is the only he might be. Courtney's watching us. Courtney, what do you think it looks like?
Tony, check your messages. Jordan just
Oh,
sent
for some
something I
reason
think you'd be interested in.
Hold on.
For some reason it's quit working again. Hold on. I've done figured this out. Anytime you mess with something, it's there it goes. So I'm editing. That's why it keeps going in and out. So that's what it'll look like. Sorry. So yeah, when I'm editing, it kind of messes up. That's my fault. Recently opened 7 hours. I think this is the one I want. But what does it look like now to you? And Riddle, I'm gonna try to work on what we talked about in the background. Like I said, I just wanted to get like some sound check. Tony's camera looks good. It actually looks really good with the blurred out in the back. I mean, it looks good. You can do that too, Riddle, but you got your little picture hanging up, so I'm sure you're holding on to that.
It's just a white screen behind me anyway, so
yeah. All right, there's that.
Or the white wall.
Yeah. That's what I need. Okay. Let me get snipping tool. I'm working on it. Go Dogs. There, yeah, we got a dog fan in here. There's a Georgia fan in the middle. That guy up there. That guy up there.
I definitely need one of those little mini ring lights. Look at the lighting. So
yeah, Tony, you're
a web browser page.
Yeah,
I just need a little lighting.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. Well, I mean, that's cheap. You can get them at Walmart for like $20.
I was saying you get
What's up,
those
Justin?
mini tripods. You can get a mini tripod with a little light and put it on your desk too.
Courtney said they have an extra.
Is it a big one though?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
She's always trying to give stuff away. She's already taken my other one. She started using mine.
In regards to the Brock Vandegrift thing you asked me about, Brandon.
Yes, Amazon.
He was on their initial list, but he's probable. He's expected to play.
See, that's what. Okay, Tony, that right there. That's the stuff you can link on Amazon and stuff.
What are you talking about?
The like a ring light or something. You know what I mean? Like,
I understand that.
Courtney wants to know if we saw her other comments.
Yes. It keeps glitching out. We see all your comments. It's blank right now. We have an extra. I can't link my Amazon. Did you see my other comments? It keeps glitching out. Is that what you're saying? We got a Dogs fan. I'm telling you, that's the way to do it. You gotta have a little bit of everything in here, guys. Yep. All right, so Tony's screen was blank a second ago. I don't know. Look blank. I don't know. All right, so holler if you swaller. That's Riddle. Riddle, that's you.
Nah. We're live on TikTok.
Get my money right.
The dozens
watches. Yeah, we need to show them all how you do a hot dog. I think that's must-see TV. All right,
I'll do that when Georgia wins the national championship again.
Oh, okay. Holy moly. Boys and girls, you're in for a treat if that's the case. Holler if you swallow. This guy up here can swallow a hot dog whole. Oh man.
Good party tricks. Good party tricks.
It's a something trick. I give you that. It's something. Oh my gosh. All right. So Brock Vandergriff is not hurt. Okay.
No, I think they just put him on their initial list because they had to.
Okay.
But he's already listed as probable.
He might as well be hurt.
He's pretty.
Oh, we've discussed that before anyway. There's a reason he left Georgia.
Well,
Yeah.
I thought because he thought he was good enough to play, be a starter.
He knew he wasn't going to get to play.
I mean,
No,
is he
I'm
good
just
enough to
saying
play
starter.
at certain schools? Absolutely, like Kentucky.
Sure.
I mean, he's good enough to play at Kentucky, 100%. I mean, he is. Documents. Hold on, I'm trying to figure this out. Fuck this time. Got McFly in here. Y'all need to ask Chad or something for talking points. Yeah, Chad. What do you think we should talk about this? Y'all tippy tap that screen. Tippy tap. Riddle wants a tippy tap.
You know that James Madison's quarterback, Alonzo Barnett, that sophomore?
No, I didn't know that.
I didn't realize that. Thrown for 1,273 yards, 12 touchdowns, 1 pick so far. Obviously had his worst game last game. It's Monroe.
Y'all tippy tap that screen.
Yeah.
Come on. Tippy tap that screen. Let's get up top, Tony. Let's get up top. Come on, we gotta get up top, Tony.
Yeah. So yeah, I was just looking because they played tonight. His completion percentage that last game was 42.6%. He was 20 of 47.
He wasn't very good. That was his first bad game.
I'm trying to think. How do we want the big screen to go? That's what I'm trying to figure out right now.
Which big screen?
It's you gotta actually look at Twitch to see what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out.
I'm in another advertisement.
Oh,
I could pull that up on the tablet real quick.
I can see it on the mini. I see the wood, the grain in the background.
yeah.
I used to have a nice one I used to use for my fantasy football names. There's a guy who's literally laying wood down. See.
You could build your dream coach team of current coaches. Right? If you could build your dream coach team of current coaches, you mean I'm not sure what that like dream players or.
I think she's talking about coaching staffs.
Coaching staffs? Okay.
Well, I would request that Saban come out of retirement and be the head coach.
Can I have Saban? I'm gonna take Saban and Kirby Smart. Okay.
Kirby's gonna be defense coordinator.
That's hands down. That's a no-brainer.
Yeah. I would actually consider Heupel for the OC job because
I would consider Heupel for.
His offensive has always been good everywhere he's went.
I would consider Heupel 100%. Like I said, it wouldn't bother me.
Tony doesn't seem to like that, but
Chris sent us a rose. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, buddy.
We were building our dream.
We love you.
Dream coaching staff.
Oh,
Have
okay.
Saban as the head coach, Kirby defensive coordinator, Heupel offensive coordinator.
I thought you were talking about
Sam
Heupel leaving or something.
No. Sam Pittman would be my offensive line coach.
Sam Pittman?
Yeah, he was great while he was at Georgia.
Yeah, he really was. He really was. Chris coming through with the roses. Thank you, Chris. We appreciate you as always. Chris is actually part of the podcast. He's just not here today. He's working.
The fact that he's went to Arkansas and they're playing better than they have.
So, all right, let's do this.
Late 90s, early 2000s Arkansas yet, but they're
let's do this. Let's do this more fun. Let's do our normal conversation that we have, and let's do. All right, we're gonna do best. Pick a title. Best something. Riddle. Pick a pound. Courtney said, "I thought it said pound table at the bottom." Hey, we could do that too. Damn it. What's it keep doing that? I don't want that. I want the damn. There you go. You see it, Tony, on Twitch.
Yeah, I see it.
I mean, I've got an interesting one I would like to discuss with y'all again.
All right.
Because
how's that look, Tony?
I mean,
Twitch.
Yeah, Twitch.
I'm gonna. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build some frames. K-State versus Colorado. Question: K-State versus Colorado. We talked about this yesterday, Block Blue, on the podcast, but we're gonna talk about it again. K-State versus Colorado because you asked. I think every one of us picked K-State. Is that right? I think we all picked, and we said the ground game was the reason. Colorado's playing good ball.
Man. Trenches.
Yeah, I mean the O-line, the running game. That was our mentality on that. Like we were sitting there thinking along the lines of games like this are won in the trenches, and we were sitting there thinking K-State definitely has the line and the talent to do it. So I think they're the more physical team. I think Colorado's probably got the best skill players.
Oh yeah, I mean Shador's going to get his, but there's going to be too many big moments in that game where he's going to be running for his life.
Yeah, well, I mean that's the thing. I really feel like K-State plays a pretty solid defense, so it's going to be intriguing to say the least. 100%.
I feel like Travis Hunter is the best player on the field though in that game by far.
Oh well, I mean, yeah, he's a stud.
I mean, if he could score a touchdown, every possession they got, then they got.
Hey man, chance. We're down. We're down to watch. We're gonna be doing a Q&A right after all the games this weekend, so we're down to watch.
So I pulled up a list because me and Brandon really don't have a dog in this best greatest ever list, and that's college quarterbacks of all time.
Yeah, I'd say we're not in that list for sure. Well, I mean, Stafford was a very good college quarterback.
He was, but you can't put him up there with the greatest of all time.
All right, Block Bully says if they win, K-State wins, he's coming on this weekend. We're gonna hold you to it now. Make sure you like and follow so you can come back.
Is he K-State or Colorado?
I think he's a K-State guy. He's a K-State guy. So we're here for you, bro. We're here for you. All right, go ahead, Riddle.
This list I pulled up that I was looking at is actually pretty surprising because I figured, Tennessee's greatest quarterback of all time would be on this list, but he's not in this top 25.
Peyton Manning is not on the list?
Is not in this top 25.
Oh, Block Bully says he's a CU guy. He's a CU guy. So hey, y'all been playing good ball. We didn't mean to be. Don't kill us now.
We weren't down on y'all.
We weren't talking to you bad. We just was saying we thought the lines were a little.
I don't think what Deion's doing there is sustainable, but Tony hopped on that bandwagon for a little bit last year. He liked what they were doing.
I did. They had me. They had me locked in until they started getting destroyed.
They had me.
It wasn't it no more. I had to hop off that wagon.
Oh, Tony, who is your number one quarterback all time college football?
From what I've watched, that's
all time. Whatever you want to say.
Because I'm not going to count the old geezers from way back. So
he said, "I'm not going to count these old geezers."
College. It's probably gonna be Tim Tebow.
Okay, he is number one on this list. Brandon, who do you got at number one?
Oh, Block Bully says, "I promise you, their lineman ain't moving me." Are you on Colorado's team? I mean, if you are, we need to have a whole different conversation. Hey, if you're on their team now,
he plays D-line.
Hey, I tell you what. I changed my pick. You came on the podcast. I'm changing my pick. Colorado wins by 50.
Keep that same energy. No.
Hey, man.
Brandon, that was awful close to a balls by 50 comment.
Hey, I'm just saying, if Block Bully's gonna come on here and he plays for CU, I'm gonna support him. Hey, Colorado by 50.
I mean, hey, go out there, get sacks, force turnovers.
Hey, man, we're ready. Hey, we're here for it. I hope you come on. We will find a way to host you on this son bitch.
That'd be cool.
Give us your ESPN highlights. Come on, bro. We're here for it.
Brandon, who's your greatest quarterback of all time?
College, right?
Yep, just college.
So, my opinions are going to be. I have two, but my opinions will probably not go over well, like in terms of like, thanks, man. We appreciate you. My opinions probably won't be what everyone thinks, but number one, if I'm taking a guy who I want to lead my team and get me W's, I'm taking Tim Tebow. That's no, I mean, there's no question. If I'm talking like talent wise, overall, like just one of the greatest quarterbacks ever come out of college was John Elway.
I think also scheme and what you're doing matters.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think anybody was more electric with less than Michael Vick was.
Oh, Michael Vick was pretty good, but I'm still
taking Tebow as the greatest.
Yeah. I mean, see, because Michael Vick was,
that hurts me as a Georgia fan.
Yeah, Chris in a pumpkin. Hey, Chris, we feeling you, bro. We feeling you, bro, with the pumpkin head. We feeling you with the pumpkin head. I'll put that on Riddle. He needs it.
Man.
Anyway, man, I just want to say, man, that's pretty damn cool. That's pretty damn cool that a Colorado player was on here. That's pretty cool. I mean, I don't know. That's pretty cool to me.
Did he say he played?
Yeah, Kimberly just looked it up. He said he played for Colorado. Nice. That is.
How do you? Is he? If he's still there, how do you pronounce your name?
Block Bully. How do you pronounce your name if you're here, bro?
No, like, kind of reminds me of Chigo Conquo in a way. The last name, I'm assuming. Wonkwo.
Oh, do you know? Hey, do you know that we have a linebacker on our team, Okoronkwo from? He's from Germany. It's spelled the same way as a dude in the NFL. And
the crazy thing is talking about that game last night. We were never dissing on their defense. It was all
hold on. So
really, most of it is offensive line.
I feel like this game is going to line up and be a lot like the Nebraska game, but probably more physical. That's the only thing about them that, like that Nebraska game was a physical game, dude. Everybody was playing ball. Everybody was hitting all over the field. No disrespect to anybody. Like it is what it is.
Absolutely not.
I mean that was a good game. It was a good hard fought game. Anyway,
they had opportunities to win that game, but again, Shedeur Shedor's going to get his, but he's got to have time. And if he had more time, there's no telling what he could do.
Dude, if he had time, I mean, the guy is a baller. I think we can all agree. The guy's a straight up baller. Shedeur comes in there ready to play every day, and that's your Michael Vick guy, right? You know, that's your guy, not running wise, but you know what I mean? Like, that's the guy that's going to come in there and make his plays and get his money every day.
Yeah, he'll still make his plays. It's just he could have more opportunity in plays if he had more stability up front.
Well, yeah, and you just don't know. Like, he can only do so much, man. He can only do so much.
Here's the crazy thing, and I brought this up last night, but in the games that they've played and the amount of time that he hasn't had and how many times he's been hit and had to run for his life, he's still 138 of 197 for 1,630 yards, 14 touchdowns, 3 picks.
Oh, yeah, his yardage is crazy. Damn it, man. Why can't I just do what I want to do?
Travis Hunter's offensive stats, he's got 46 receptions, 561 yards, and 6 touchdowns already. So,
oh, I mean, no doubt. I mean, like, Travis Hunter playing ball, man. I don't know what to say. Tony, look at your Twitch right now and look at your name right there and see what you think. See, I got the little border around you.
I'm not seeing my name.
You see the border though?
Yeah, where it says locked, loaded, and
no. Like,
so,
there should be like a border on your screen around your name on Twitch.
Yeah, I see a red border.
Okay, yeah. I'm trying to add that. That's what I'm trying to do right now. Piece of shit.
Also, Block Bully, if he's number 97, that's the senior this year, 5'11", 290.
Big tackle. Boy.
Hey, man.
Defensive tackle.
Houston, Texas.
That's freaking awesome.
5 tackles, 1 sack on the year.
Hey. Go get yours, bro. Go get yours. We are happy for you, man. I mean, I'm happy for him. Hell, I don't care. I mean, I'll tell you what. I think we all wish we could have played football in college. I mean, let's call it what it is. I'd have been happy. Cool. I would have been happy with it. I'd have been there for it.
Yeah, they got rid of the position I would have had to have played. You don't see no fullbacks anymore.
I was going to say Riddle. They don't have a snack boy.
Snack boy, water boy. They got water boys. They might have a snack boy.
Sorry, Riddle. That was mean. I apologize. Trying to get this right. There we go. Snack boy. Snack boy. Come here, snack boy. Oh, fuck you. Sorry. That was my fault. I said a bad word.
Sorry. Yeah, I would definitely need him to come back and pronounce his last name because I'm not sure which. Yeah.
Hey, Amanda followed the host. Is that Miss Amanda?
Did he say if they win, he'll try and come back? Come on,
yeah, he'll come back on Saturday night.
Yeah, he said he's going to try to come back on. I hope he does, man. Hey, I'm all for it. Like I said, come on.
Well, that'll be he ain't gonna get back on until Sunday morning.
Hey, we'll wait around for him.
Yeah, they win. They're gonna have a party.
Y'all can. I kind of work.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. It's true. Hey, don't worry. Me and Chris will wait on him. Hey, Miss Amanda, how are you doing? How are you doing, Miss Amanda? We're good. We're trying to mess around and see if we can make this thing happen.
Oh, block bully.
Hey, man.
Keep a tab on him for that game.
You want me to run through that list real quick of quarterbacks? Because
who was 2, 3, 4, 5?
Oh, obviously Tebow was 1.
Yeah.
Yes, he is. Tommy Frazier was number 2.
Okay, in college, Tommy Frazier was really freaking good.
Yeah, stud. I don't argue that one. Vince Young's number 3.
Vince Young, okay.
I guess. He had a good season.
This is where this list kind of lost me, and I'm not taking away from his ability, and he's having a good year this year in the NFL.
Derrick Henry.
Number 4. No. Quarterbacks, bro.
I know. I'm just sorry. I had to.
Number 4 on this list is Baker Mayfield.
No, absolutely not. So if we're gonna say Baker Mayfield, if we're saying Baker Mayfield, then Colt McCoy. Okay, Colt McCoy.
Damn list first.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
Baker Mayfield, he had the solid last season with Oklahoma. And what else?
But I mean, like, in all seriousness, like,
I know, I'm just saying, solid season.
And I don't mean like Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning obviously needs to be on that list anyway. I'm talking about, like, in all seriousness, like, if we're just talking about similar quarterbacks and style and play, you've got to put Colt McCoy on that list if Baker Mayfield's on that list. Colt McCoy,
I agree.
He won 42 games in a row or something. It was like,
work.
Yeah, maybe not in a row, but I don't think anyone's ever won that many in a row, but I apologize.
Colt McCoy had the record for most wins by a college quarterback there for a couple of years before it was broken again.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I don't agree with him. I'd put McCoy over Baker too, just because McCoy's body of work. He has a longer body of work, more.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Better.
I agree with that. All right, so
someone needs to be slapping him out for that.
That's slapped in the damn mouth.
This is 247 Sports.
This is 247 Sports. All right, so this is going to be the podcast trio
24/7.
So I'm going to set what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this up for I'm going to set this up. This will be our trios podcast, and then when we get 4 or 5, or even if we have more people, I'll just have different layouts and we'll switch. That way we don't have to switch. McCoy, he goes McCoy over Baker Mayfield's insane. Dude, I guess we're gonna compare stats. I mean, let's pull it up. Let's pull it up, man.
We can do it.
I mean,
we're talking about the best college quarterback, not
of all time, not statistically.
We're not talking about a one-hit wonder. Come
I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know.
That's crazy.
We're not talking pro. We're talking college. College only. College only. So,
Colt McCoy.
Oh my God, dude, he's a stud.
4 years at Texas.
Yeah.
Was 1,157 of 1,645, had a 70.3 completion percentage, 13,253 yards, 112 touchdowns, 45 picks.
All right, leave that up. I'll pull up Baker. Leave that up so we can compare. I mean, I now in the pros, I think Baker, I think he went to a crappy team, and I think he's doing really well now. I really enjoy, I'm happy for him, man. Okay, so here we go. So Baker, here we go. Baker Mayfield record was 38-8. 38-8 for Baker Mayfield. Colt was what? 42-8.
I'll have to look that up. I was just looking strictly at his
stats. Hold on, I got it right here.
Second in the Heisman vote in 2008 and third in 2009.
Okay, so Colt McCoy was 45-8. Baker was 38-8.
Okay.
So 68.5% career completion percentage. I know Colt was right at 70.3. 14,600 yards for Baker Mayfield. Colt had 13,253. 9.8 yards per play for Baker. 8.1 for Colt. So it's looking Baker's looking better. Baker Mayfield had 131 TDs to 30 interceptions. Colt had 112 TDs to 45 interceptions with 155 rating.
Bad year in 07.
Yeah. So Baker actually, I guess by the stats, these guys are right. He looks better. Colt had 500 more rushing yards.
Statistically.
Yeah.
But you also got to think of the game. And this is where the argument comes in. And you can make the argument in any sport by the era. College football was still a run first.
Yeah, that's run heavy. Yeah. Run heavy.
That was run first back then.
Yeah, run heavy.
Baker played when it was fun and gun. Throw it everywhere.
So, and I'll say this. If you look at the, I guess the pressure that was put on Colt.
Was Baker Mayfield an All-American?
I don't remember. Surely he was. Surely he was.
Colt was a two-time All-American, 2008 and 2009.
Surely he was. So, I think their resumes are very similar, though. I mean, if we're going to say anything, I think they're similar enough to where you could make the argument. The only reason I remember Colt McCoy is because Alabama played him in the national title game, and then at the end of the day, Colt McCoy took over immediately from Vince Young. Young.
Did he play in that national championship game?
I can't help it. I mean, I can't help it, man. We can't help it. We broke him. I mean, you're right. Hey, based on that one game alone, yeah, Baker Mayfield's better. Baker Mayfield tell you grab his balls.
So number 5 on that list was just mentioned in the comments on the stream.
Baker. Who number 5 was who? Keenum? Case Keenum? Yeah, Case Keenum. Okay. I can see that.
Then 6 and 7 are Matt Leinart, Deshaun Watson.
Leinart's a good college quarterback.
Is Deshaun Watson better than Peyton Manning? I mean, are we sitting here talking about this?
Who's better?
Is Deshaun Watson better than Peyton Manning?
Watson.
Let's this game is crazy.
That's the thing is Peyton's not even on this list. That's the craziest part of this.
And I don't understand it.
Ball hater.
Hey, you know what? Danny Warfel was absolutely 10 times better than frickin' what do you call him? Deshaun Watson.
Well, hang on.
Okay.
8, 9, and 10 on this list.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow, Danny Warfel, Steve McNair.
Okay. Danny Warfel threw the ball all over the place, dude.
McNair was the FCS career record holder.
Yeah.
With 16,283.
I mean, respect to McNair, dude. McNair was good.
All right. So then 11 through 14 is Roger Staubach, Ty Detmer, Marcus Mariota, and Lamar Jackson.
Marcus Mariota?
College quarterback.
The Mariota had one read and he would run.
Hey, it doesn't matter. It worked for a while.
I guess.
Yeah,
I mean,
he never won a title, but
hold on. Whoa. Hold on. That's what Nico's doing. What's wrong?
Yeah.
That's what Nico's doing. One read and he's running. What's the problem here?
Okay.
What's the problem
here? You know what the problem is? I'll take a Mariota right now over Nico.
No.
No, I'm taking him. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, right now. I mean, like, because
Mariota wasn't getting held back like that.
But what I'm saying is Mariota, like, that's not Nico's fault that he's getting held back. I mean, let's be honest. User said Nico's not running enough. I think that's what he's trying to say. I think what they're trying to say is user. I think Tony's a Tennessee fan, and I think he's honestly trying to say that we're not utilizing, or they're not
letting him
Nico do what he needs to do. I think he agrees with you in that regard. So
I think Heupel's intentionally holding him back just a hair, and I don't agree with it either.
I think it's horse shit. So.
All right, we're all ready for 15, 16, 17?
15, 16, 17. Have at it.
15, Johnny Lujack. 16, Steve Spurrier. 17, Michael Vick.
I don't know about the Michael Vick, dude. Not like not that I dislike Michael Vick. I'm talking about as in college, like I don't know, like was he really like
he was a one-man wrecking crew.
He was, but I mean, better than some of these other guys we're talking about? I don't see it.
Spurrier, yeah.
Hold on, whoa. Okay, I'm not saying, but he ain't better than like Danny Warfel. I'm just saying,
it's hard to compare those.
Yeah, it is.
I would like to see Vic on those teams. Wouldn't it be something to see Vic on a team like that?
Vic, with an actual defense, it would have been amazing. It would have been amazing, 100%. It would have been amazing.
Said the real UT 42, Oklahoma 14 this weekend.
Oh God, that's you. Shut up. That's UT Junior. Chill out.
Hold on. Whoa. I agree with you. Slap cheeks. I agree, bro. There's only one UT, and it ain't in Knoxville. I can tell you that right now.
Like we say, there's no Texas without the Vols.
Oh man, there technically was a Texas. They just had to come down there and help.
No, they would have been Mexico State.
Mexico State.
That's New Mexico. I'm talking about Mexico State University.
All right, before we get too off the rails here, let's get this list out.
Let's get the list done. All right.
18 Jim Plunkett, 19 Doug Flutie, 20 Colt McCoy, 21 Charlie Ward. And then 22's Andre Ware, 23 Jameis Winston, 24 Graham Harrell, and 25 Bunny Manziel.
Manziel's exciting. That's about it.
Yeah, so Manziel rode the Alabama coattails. I mean, much like this Pavia kid, which Pavia is playing really good ball. Not knocking the kid. He beat us. There's no denying that. So I'm just saying, like, and Manziel played really good ball, but he rode one win, and like, yes, he was exciting, but we saw how good of a player he was when we went to the NFL. We saw that. I think we can all say we saw what he was capable of. But anyway, long story short, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, he made more money than me, so respect. Respect.
I still think Manning not being anywhere on that list is
absolutely a slap to the freaking face. I'm not even a Tennessee fan, dude. I'm not even a Tennessee fan. Like, I don't even understand it. Like, it makes no sense to me. Like, how am I supposed to validate this list? Peyton Manning's not on it. The Sheriff's not on there.
I mean, hater.
Tony, I hate the Vols as much as anybody, but like, I mean, come on, let's call it what it is. You got to give respect where respect is due.
You know, people make lists like that so they get them talking about it and say,
"Okay, all right, we're done. We're done talking about quarterbacks." Riddle, pull it up. We're going to running backs. We're going to running backs. Greatest running backs of all time. We're going to running backs. We're ready. Okay, greatest college running back. So. Okay, I know who Riddle's going to say. I get it. I understand. We're going to
question.
So I'll even give you my number 2 if you want me to.
So there's only 2 options. I mean, realistically, there's 1, 2. As far as college goes, it's you got Bo and you got freaking Herschel. That's 1, 2. It's whatever you want to say. I mean, we all know.
Be my number 2. Bo would be 3. He's not my number 2.
Hey, he got AD. He said AD. Okay.
No.
Adrian Peterson. I mean, he was an animal. Freshman
he was.
until he left.
So
my number 2 is actually on this list that I just pulled up as number 2. This is just the top 16.
Okay.
Number 1, Herschel Walker.
Okay. I like it.
Number 2, this was my number 2 as well, Barry Sanders.
Okay, so Barry is my favorite running back of all time. There is no doubt to that. To me, he is he's my favorite. NFL, whatever you want to call him, there's not any rating or anything you like. He's number 1 to me. He only played 1 year in college. It was the greatest single year of running back history ever, and no one's even came close to it.
He played, but he was just backing up Thurman Thomas.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is no one's ever came Chris Johnson. Blake's back. He said Chris Johnson, CJ2K, CJ2K. hey, Blake, you missed it. We had a Colorado football player in the chat just a second ago. We had a Colorado football player. I want to say, what was his name? Block Bully. He actually plays for Colorado. He come in there and he was talking about it, man. But okay, CJ2K. Okay, so. All right, we got Barry Sanders, we got Herschel Walker, we got Bo. We know those 3 are on the list. Who
Barry's
you got?
Last game in college, because back then the bowl game didn't count towards your stats.
Yeah.
In that bowl game, the Holiday Bowl in '88 against Wyoming, Sanders ran for 222 and 5 touchdowns.
Respect. All right, so who else you got? Who else you got on the list?
Number 3 on this, and this is a Bleacher Report list, so don't shoot me.
No, I like it. I do like that.
Number 3 is Ricky Williams.
Ricky Williams. Okay, so
read his accomplishment.
Yeah, what did Ricky do?
Let's see. For 163 yards against Texas A&M, snapping their 31-game home win streak as a freshman. Had 1,272 and 96. 869 of which were after contact. Then 1,893 as a junior. He won the Doak Walker Award. And then his senior year, he ran for 2,124, winning the Heisman Trophy and becoming the first 2-time winner of the Doak Walker Award.
And then
he broke Tony Dorsett's 22-year-old NCAA record for career rushing yards with 6,279. He set the mark on a 60-yard touchdown run against A&M.
Okay. So we think Tony Dorsett was another really good one. So respect to that name too.
Sure he'll be on that.
I'm sure. List. So I'm gonna ask this. Like, Ricky was good. Really liked Ricky when he was in college. How does he compare to Cedric Benson? And you can't say there. Cedric Benson was a stud.
He was.
It's still Ricky though.
Yeah. Okay. Still Ricky. Still
played
Ricky.
On some really bad Texas teams and still put up those yards.
I mean, but all Texas teams were bad back then, right? Just play it. I'm just playing.
So number 4.
All right.
On this list, Archie Griffin.
Okay, only two-time Heisman. Archie's got to be on the list. There's no doubts. Okay.
You just mentioned number 5, Tony Dorsett.
Tony Dorsett, very, very good player. I like Tony. I like Tony Dorsett.
Bo Jackson's at 6.
Okay.
You got to go back to the 20s for number 7. It's Red Grange.
Yeah, I don't know this guy.
Red Grange. Wow, that's way that. Okay. Okay.
8 is another Heisman Trophy winner. I have his autographed mini helmet. It's Charles White.
Was that the South Carolina?
No, USC.
Oh, USC. Okay. Was that 80?
The real USC.
76 to 79.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Forgive me. I'm not a huge.
Even Paul Bear Bryant says, "I don't remember ever playing against a tailback who can run like White." That's what Paul Bear Bryant said.
Then you know he was damn good.
George Rogers was the Heisman winner from South Carolina.
That's who I was thinking of. Okay, my bad.
Yeah. Number 9 on the list is Doak Walker.
Okay. I mean, got an award named after him, so.
Number 10 is Marcus Allen.
Marcus Allen was a good running back, guys. That guy that's a stud running back. Yep. That's a stud running back. Okay.
His little write-up says, although Marcus Allen was originally recruited to USC as a defensive back, head coach John Robinson moved him to the backfield, which may have been the greatest position change in college football history. During his 2 seasons with the Trojans, he was primarily used as a fullback, blocking for Heisman Trophy winner Charles White. When he replaced White, he rushed for 1,563 as a junior, and then topped that by becoming college football's first 2,000-yard rusher with 2,342 yards in 1981.
All right. User said five. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say he averaged 5.6 yards per carry and 212 yards each game.
User said, I know he left early, but Dupree was pretty special. Would have loved to see him all 4 years. Blake Henderson said Reggie Bush. I mean, Reggie's probably on there somewhere. He's got to be in terms of
not on bleachers. I don't think.
Oh wow,
11 on this list is Earl Campbell.
Okay.
12 is Ron Dayne.
Ron Dayne, yeah. 13
is Jim Brown.
What's up, Keyless? How you doing, bud? We're just doing a little live chat right now, just trying to shoot the shit.
14 is OJ.
Yeah, OJ was pretty good.
15 is Jim Thorpe.
And
then 16 is Adrian Peterson.
Okay.
And that's their top 16 on that one.
I think Adrian Peterson was the only guy that I seen coming in out from high school that was ready for NFL.
So I'm going to say this.
I think I've seen.
Yeah, one guy they left off. There's only a handful of people that have been in the high school, college football, and now NFL Hall of Fame. His name is Derrick Henry. That's all I want to say. He's not there yet, but he's coming. He's coming quick. 10,000 yards, 100 touchdowns. He's in the NFL Hall of Fame now.
Sure. Yeah, and that's another sore subject for Tony up there. But,
I mean, I'm not trying to say like Tony. It is what it is. I'm just saying like we all have to acknowledge he has the all-time high school rushing record. He won a Heisman. He won a Heisman in college, and he's got. Yeah, he's a stud, man. Okay. So all right, let's see. We talked about that. So I want to do something different. We're gonna go. We got some big games coming up this weekend. So since we're sitting here just shooting the shit like we always do. Let's talk about greatest player for Tennessee in their history. Oh, I already know who I've got. No, they're. Hey, man, there's some players, dude.
Yeah, there is a bunch.
There's some players. You got to call it greatest Tennessee player of all time.
Together.
But yeah. Are we just talking overall? Or
let's just say Riddle. I mean, that's a good point, but let's just say like, just your opinion. We don't have to get. Let's just keep it fun and light because at the end of the day, I don't know. I mean, we don't know. Let's just.
I think everyone, obviously, a lot of them say Reggie White, which
Reggie White. That's my guy. That's my guy.
I seen him NFL days. Obviously, I don't even think I was.
Dude, when you have a nickname like Minister of Defense, I think it's safe to say that you're one of the baddest men that walk on that damn field. So, Reggie White, 100% in my mind, is probably Tennessee's greatest player, and I'm going to say followed by Peyton.
I think that's the unanimous one too for most people.
Yeah.
Bleacher Report actually has those flipped.
I'm just telling you,
who they got? Do they got Al Wilson or something?
Well, I just pulled up Bleacher Report.
So Blake says it's got to be Peyton. I agree with you, Peyton. Like Peyton is absolutely a stud, Blake. But what we're saying is, do we think Peyton was better than Reggie White? And I can see the argument. I'm not going to sit here and argue that. I'm a Peyton fan, so.
If but I could have brought a title.
That would have changed things 100%.
Yeah. Or if he didn't get screwed out of the Heisman in 98.
And so let's look at it like this. So Peyton Manning is considered one of the greatest NFL quarterbacks of all time. Can we all agree? There's no denying that. And it's the NFL. We're talking college, but that was the NFL. Reggie White is considered one of the greatest pass rushers of all time. So you could go either way with this and not be wrong. Mine is going to be Reggie because I'm an old school defense guy. Defense never gets enough love. And I respect the Peyton Mannings because I'm a Peyton fan. I think Peyton was one of the most exciting players I've ever watched play football. So, all right, moving on to Georgia. Besides Herschel. That's the only caveat to this is No Herschel in this one. We're gonna play Herschel free Georgia ball. Oh, user said T Martin. Hey man,
T is on Bleacher Report's list. I can give you the rundown real quick. We won't talk about it, but I'll give the rundown of what Bleacher Report had.
Okay, go ahead.
They had Manning 1, Reggie 2, Doug Atkins 3.
Okay.
Johnny Majors 4.
Johnny was a hell of a player.
Hank Laricella 5th.
Who? Was that an old school player?
Yeah. Condridge Holloway 6. Bobby Dodd 7.
He died. Yeah.
Gene McEver is 8. I'll just do the top 10.
Okay.
Looks like Jamal Lewis is 9.
Dude, Jamal Lewis. That's a guy. That's a guy, man. That was a guy. That's a stud, dude.
A bruiser.
That's a stud. Yeah. We haven't had
Travis Henry. Travis Henry was 9.
Yeah.
He wasn't as good as Jamal. He wasn't as good as Jamal Lewis, though.
No, he wasn't.
I mean, there's no way.
He was good.
He was good. Yeah. He wasn't Jamal Lewis good.
I'm going to skip number 10. It's Bob Johnson. He was a center back in the 60s. Because number 11, I would have up there.
You're not going to give the Hog Molly? You're not going to give the Hog Molly some love, bro?
I'm not giving him love, but the guy they have at 11 would be in my top 5 for his impact, and that's Eric Berry.
Oh, yeah. Eric Berry, dude. Eric Berry. Eric Berry was a stud.
I think Big John Henderson should be on there too. That's what.
Dude,
I'm pretty sure he's on it. Leonard Little's 12.
John
Martin's 13. Keith Schuler's 14. Jamal Lewis is 16.
And Tony,
Al
Wilson, Al Wilson, dude, Al Wilson.
Just for me growing up, and seeing these players play.
Al Wilson's 24.
Al Wilson's on there. Yeah, he's got to be on there. Yeah. So again, I tell you this to just because I feel like it's a great story, but like when I saw John Henderson play in high school at the state championship game with Santonio Beard. I know you probably remember Santonio Beard, Tony, but he was a running back, played with John Henderson, and against the Tennessee Vols, he rushed for an Alabama record 5 touchdowns. John Henderson was on that team.
What year was this?
That was it was 2000 and that was a 2003 game, I think.
Yeah. So you said we were going to move on to Georgia.
It
really just depends what era you want. We had Richard Seymour back in the day. We could go through running backs alone and make a top 5 in Georgia history.
Okay, so no, what we're going to do, I want to know your opinion outside of Herschel Walker. See, mine's going to be off the beaten path. It's not going to be, but I think you have a good one. I think you have a good story behind yours, and I want you to say it. I hope you say it.
Well, for me, I have his jersey hanging in the closet. I'll probably wear it Saturday night when we go live.
Go ahead.
First 3-time All-American in Georgia history, number 47. He was a defensive end. He was my favorite player. I went to Knoxville to watch him wreak havoc on the Volunteers in 2003. David Pollock, hands down.
David Pollock.
I wish we could have seen what he got to do in the NFL had he not broke his neck getting drafted by the Bengals.
That's a good.
Close second. Champ Bailey.
Was fun.
Hines Ward was on some bad teams though.
That was my pick, Riddle. Guy. That was my pick. Was Hines Ward. I think.
Yeah.
Very underappreciated. Very stud blocker. You saw what he did in the NFL. You saw how good he was. I mean, Hines Ward's my guy. That's the guy I was going to go with. Like, it's a little bit off the beaten path, like we said, but I think he deserves some respect. All right, Tony, what you got? Best Georgia player besides Herschel.
Player. God. Well, you already said Champ.
Yeah. Well, you can say Champ. You can say Champ. You can say Champ. That's fine.
Pollock was mine. I love Pollock. I loved everything about that guy.
Yeah, Pollock. Yeah, I remember Pollock. Trust me.
Which I'm a defensive-minded guy too.
I've always been partial to Champ. I don't know why. I don't know. He was shut down. I know Pollock was like the premier edge rusher. I don't know. I like Champ just because hell, he'd lock you up and it just carry it over to NFL too.
Oh yeah, he was one of the greatest shutdown corners of all time too.
He could play both sides of the ball.
Yeah, 100%.
He could play both sides of the ball too.
100%.
He's better than Travis Hunter.
All right, so with that said, moving on now to my team. Greatest Alabama player of all time.
Tie for me.
There's only one for me, but I mean, it is what it is.
I'm not the diehard Alabama guy, but for me, Eric Thomas, Cornelius Bennett, those two guys. So
we got Derek Thomas and Biscuit. So mine's Derek Thomas. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. The dude still holds most sacks in a game in college, most sacks in a game in the NFL against the Seattle Seahawks. When you can sack someone 7 times in a game, you're a badass. Wasn't the greatest all-time pass rusher in the NFL. I will concede that there were some people that had more consistent years, but that guy was somebody I know, but he had 10 years in the league, Tony, too. I'm not trying. Hey, listen, he had 10 years in the league. What I'm saying is people would plan around him, and he played on some bad Chiefs teams. Like, he didn't play on like stud teams. And this dude was somebody they had to really plan for when you were setting your offensive scheme. So yeah, but we're talking college. It doesn't matter. Derek Thomas is my pick. So who you got, Tony?
Can I ask you? Oh, go ahead, Tony.
Yeah. Nah, go ahead. What were you going to say?
No, I'm just going to open up a discussion after you choose yours real quick. Because I want Brandon's honest opinion on something.
God, I'm trying to think because fuck them all. But
you can't be like that. You can't be like that.
I'm not going to be like that. I'm just going to say Derrick Henry. Fuck it.
Hey, there it is. There's that dude. There's that dude.
Oh man, I wish I
had my reasons.
Derrick Henry.
Perkins.
Hey, this is Bama. This is Bama top.
Hey, yeah, I mean it is what it is.
Okay. I'll still take Chris Johnson over Derrick Henry. So.
Get the hell out of here.
No, still doing it. CJ,
oh my God, dude. CJ 2K. All right.
CJ 2K.
All right. Hey, what you got? What you got?
The question I had. I want your honest opinion.
Okay. I'm going to try to get
2009 Heisman.
Oh.
Went to Mark Ingram.
Yes, over Toby Gerhart, right?
Do you and Colt McCoy and Ndamukong Suh.
Yeah.
Do you think, and Des Bryant was a finalist technically, even though I don't think he was in New York. Do you think he deserved that?
Yes. Yes. And the reason why, and I'm going to point to one freaking game, and I'm going to tell you South Carolina game in that year. Go back and look at it. The old ball coach versus Alabama. Alabama couldn't do squat, Riddle, on offense. And I remember Rolando McClain adjusting the defense every time Steve Spurrier would make an adjustment, and it was back and forth. And the only reason we won is Mark Ingram running the Wildcat, ran all over. Didn't even have a quarterback. We didn't even need one. Greg McElroy sit on the bench. He ran the freaking ball all over that team, South Carolina, and that was one of the just memories I guess I've got of Mark Ingram. And I'm biased too. So
I know you're biased, but it was one of the closest votings.
Oh, yeah. I mean, dude, you can't sit there and take away from any of those players. I mean, honestly, like, I could have seen Colt McCoy winning it, but then you saw, like, the thing that really solidified it, and I know this isn't the way it goes. It doesn't go like this. It doesn't go, oh, yeah, look what he – but look at the national title game. Mark Ingram had, like, 254 yards rushing. Alabama only passed for, like, 50 yards in that game.
That's all they did back then.
I understand, but, like, I mean, who would have ever thought – looking now, you would have won a title throwing the ball for 50 yards. There's no way.
Wrong. That one screen I had pulled up said that Dez was on there, but Ndamukong Suh finished 4th, and it was he still got a lot of votes. Tebow finished 5th that year as a senior.
Tebow was, like I said, I'm a big Tebow fan. I respect Tebow, so I'm not gonna sit here and knock Tebow at all, 100%.
Right, but Ingram had 271 carries for 1,658 yards, averaged 6.1 yards per carry, had 17 touchdowns. Gerhart had 343 carries for 1,871 yards, 5.5 yards per carry, and 28 touchdowns.
So I guess the way I look at it is, I mean, how many more carries did he have? He had quite a bit. I mean, so stats wise, though, am I going to sit there and tell you that stats wise he sounded like he needed to win it? No. Looking back, no. 100%. Yeah, but I mean, like stats wise now, that wouldn't even get you to New York. I mean, the guy from Boise State's got 1,000 right now, and he's game 5. So I mean, let's call it what it is.
We talk about dominant players and best player a year. Ndamukong Suh was a nose tackle.
Dude, that dude was a freaking monster, dude. That dude was a monster in college.
Had 52 solo tackles, 33 assisted tackles, 12 sacks, and an interception.
Okay, so all right, we're gonna go to the next topic, Riddle. Greatest, and I know we're all gonna be on the same page here. Greatest college football team of all time.
I
know we're all gonna say the same thing, I think. So just go ahead. I mean, go ahead and call it out. There's only one choice.
Well, yeah, I mean, 2001 Miami.
Yeah, AP, that's right, man. There's only one choice. It's the 2001 Miami Hurricanes. Yeah. It's not close.
The 0-2 Ohio State Buckeyes.
No. Dude, I watched that game. I still remember the pass interference. That crazy ass shit. I still remember that. That game was absolutely like. But hey, going back to running backs and stuff, like, what if Clarett would have played all 3 years? Speaking of that 2002 Ohio State.
Well, it's a running back people forget.
Yeah, I'm not going to take anything away from him. He was good, but those Miami teams.
They were awesome, special. Dude. They were awesome. So AP said,
I agree with Perkins. I agree with Perkins on that too. That's why there was a slight hesitation, because that team that Perkins just mentioned.
No, there's no hesitation. It's not. I mean, first off, if we're playing in 2001 with 2001 rules, they're not even coming across the middle. I mean, they're going to get knocked the fuck out. Not. I mean, it's going to be over. It's not even going to be close. If you're playing in the sissy rules that we play now, I mean, yeah, I guess Joe Burrow would, have a little cushion around him like Bubble Boy, but he wouldn't have survived. I mean, do you remember the national title game against Nebraska when Jonathan Vilma got? I mean, he knocked out 2 players in the same game. I've never seen it.
They were playing in slow motion. It was that bad.
Okay.
Perkins, the reason I shared this with you, the live with you, was right after Tony said something that I really wanted you to hear. So I hope you're still in here, because I'm going to have him say it again. We were going through greatest Alabama players of all time.
Greatest Alabama players of all time.
Alabama player of all time?
Alabama player.
The one you said earlier. Go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it.
I said Derrick Henry.
Stud.
We're talking
Stud.
Alabama.
He's still leading the league in rushing and touchdowns, right? I think so. I mean, King Henry. I mean, he'll fall off in 3 years, Tony. He'll fall off in about 3 years. That's okay.
We're talking Alabama. I'm not talking Titans grade.
Okay.
Here.
All right. So LSU clear number 2, I think. Miami. Who's number 3? So I'm going to throw out 2 teams that I think could fight for number 3. And there's a lot of great teams in the past. I'm talking about our generation, because obviously things are different than, now what they were. So what I want to ask is, where does 2008 Florida rank on your list?
What was it?
2008 Florida. Loaded with talent. With talent.
And criminals.
100%. I didn't say they were legal. I didn't say they were legal. I mean, I'm sure the Miami teams in the 80s and 90s were loaded with criminals too. He said, Perkins said Florida top 5. Okay. So, and the other question, Riddle, is Georgia has some good teams recently. Where do you rank? This is controversy, but where do you rank the 2020 Alabama team that went through a whole all SEC schedule and dominated?
Yeah. Well, that 2020 Florida team gave them some problems
at the end. Yeah, Trask, 100%. They gave us problems. Yeah, I agree.
2020 is such a hard year to judge. I mean,
yeah. But you remember the Ohio State game? Smitty was unstoppable. Like, I've never seen anybody take a game over. Like,
I hate that guy from the national championship y'all beat us in.
Yeah,
on the 2nd and 23.
Yeah.
But
I can't be mad at him.
No, absolutely not. I told you his senior year that he was by far the best player in college football. The things he could do was just incredible.
I I've never seen a player like that line up and like get double teamed. Like the last time I saw a player line up like that, like he was getting double teamed, was Crabtree. Like Crabtree was the guy. Like remember that game when they played at Texas? He did the toe tap on the sideline.
1 second catch to beat him.
I'm not ignoring the fans. Tony, back. Give me 50 feet. Oh, okay. Well, Courtney's talking shit to you. I don't know what to say. Man.
95 Nebraska's got to be on there.
95 Nebraska does have to be on there. Absolutely ground and pound. Absolutely just I mean, that was a force to be reckoned with. I mean,
2004 USC.
I was gonna say
2004 USC was full of studs too. Ray Malaluga, Brian Cushing was on that team.
Clay Matthews.
Was Clay still on that team? Okay, so there's 3 All-Americans at linebacker. I mean, there's 3. Tommy Frazier. We talked about Tommy Frazier being one of the greatest ever. AP. He's definitely
he's a force. The Bleacher Report has 2018 Clemson at 7.
What? I mean, they beat the crap out of us, but I don't think we were as talented as. I mean, they won. I mean, what are you going to say? Mike Williams on USC. Mike Williams was a stud.
Their big thing, they had ETN and Lawrence, but he outscored their final 10 opponents 474 to 113. And then in the playoffs, they outscored Notre Dame, which is what it is, and Alabama 74 to 19.
Yeah, I mean, 100%, dude. There was nobody even close to them that year. Not in overall talent. There just wasn't.
05 Texas is 8.
05 Texas was a very good team. Yeah, so moving on, we're going to go to another topic. Tony, you pick one. You pick something. We got to have you get us a talking point. Perkins, give us a talking point. Let's figure out what's something we can talk about here.
Yeah, Perkins.
I'm liking our list. I'm liking our list here. I'm liking these lists. I feel like they're fun.
Just real quick, your 08 Florida Gators were an honorable mention on Bleacher Report.
Yeah, they were good.
Because they lost. They did have a loss to Ole Miss that year, and that's when Tebow made his
famous speech, man. Famous speech. Newt Rockne stood on a chair and gave a famous speech for Notre Dame. So, I mean.
But then Florida, they beat 6 top 25 opponents by a combined score of 256 to 86.
Yeah, I mean, 100%, absolutely a great team. Got to respect them. All right. Perkins isn't talking, so Tony, pick a category, best something. Let's go. We're just shooting the shit.
Best something.
Yeah, it's whatever.
No, we about did the best.
Hell no, man. We ain't even come close, man.
No, I'm just talking about.
Yeah.
We're talking about our teams. Hell, now I got to think about a random ass team. What the fuck? Y'all gonna leave me a random ass team now?
Well, it doesn't have to be a team. It could be a position group. We haven't talked to all the position groups yet.
Be position group.
I mean, obviously you can go wide receiver.
Okay, wide receiver. That's the prima donnas. The prima donnas. Yeah, wide receiver. Wide receiver.
Hell, we already did the run backs, did the quarterback, so you got to do the receiver now.
Okay, in college, so the answer is not going to be Jerry Rice in college. There's no way.
No.
There's no way. Okay, you have your answer, so I'm going to let you go first.
Randy Moss.
Yep.
Oh man, it's a stud. I'm gonna go a different route because I don't want to just follow suit and follow you guys.
I mean, your boy Devontae's.
Yeah. Okay, and I'm trying not to do the homer thing. I'm trying to move on to because I think there was someone else. When I think of just dominant, could not be stopped wide receiver, just unbeatable. I think Keyshawn Johnson in college. Just could not stop the guy. I mean, he was phenomenal. But that's just who comes to Larry Fitzgerald. Larry Fitzgerald at Pitt, man, was a freaking good one. Thank you for the follow and thank you for joining in. We appreciate having you. Appreciate the comment. So Larry Fitzgerald.
That's my buddy Kyle.
There he is. Larry Fitzgerald was absolutely a great pick. Great NFL player too. I mean, just probably one of the most underappreciated players in the NFL, I think. I don't think there's enough talk on him.
Justin Blackman was another good one from the Big 12.
Yeah, Justin Blackman, but yeah. I still can't get over the Michael Crabtree toe tap touch. I mean, that finish versus that Texas game was absolutely Anquan Bolden. Anquan Bolden is another great example, a great example of a great college receiver and a great pro too. Great pro. I'll tell you another. You're talking about Florida State there. What about was it Peter Wart back in the day? Was that the name? Yeah. Played against Tennessee, right? Yeah. Dude, he was absolutely a stud in college and just never did anything in the pros. Like, absolutely.
Well, he went to the damn Bengals.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right. But, I mean, there's a.
Perkins mentioned this guy earlier when we were talking about greatest teams and guys that was on that team. But on 247 Sports, they got Mike Williams at number 6. And in just 2 years at USC, he had 2,579 yards receiving and 30 touchdowns.
That's who I said, Thriller. I said Keyshawn Johnson. Mike Williams is another stud selection, absolute stud selection. All right, who else?
They got Percy Harvin on this list at 7.
That's some Gators. Go Gator! It's Gator week.
Calvin Johnson.
I mean, if we're talking, Calvin Johnson in college was not the same as what he was in the pros, because I mean, he played for Georgia Tech. But I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah, they didn't throw the ball much.
Yeah, he just was not appreciated the way he should have been. That dude is absolute. Charles Rogers at Michigan State, absolutely. Charles Rogers. Who was the other one? At Michigan
10.
State?
He's number 10 on this list.
Roy Williams. You talking about Roy Williams from Texas?
Roy Williams.
Detroit had 3 of them.
Plaxico, Perkins. Plaxico Burress was absolutely phenomenal at Michigan State too. So Charles Rogers and Plaxico, those are 2 really good selections. I'm not saying they're top 10 worthy, Riddle. I'm just saying they were good players that often get forgotten. Who else you got on your list, Riddle? Who else you got?
There is a lot of Alabama on this list. I've just kind of been spot picking people off of here.
Dude, Julio had a great college career and a great NFL career. I mean, really did.
So, 247 Sports has Devontae 1, Michael Crabtree 2, really? Fitzgerald 3, Blackman 4.
I don't know if Devontae had the yards. I think he had one of the greatest years of all time as a receiver, but I don't know if he had the yards to. But I mean, I'll take it.
He got the nod because he won the Heisman.
Yeah, I mean,
you got Mike Williams 6, Percy 7, Calvin Johnson 8, Jerry Judy's at 9.
What?
Charles Rogers at 10. We've already discussed how confusing 24/7 Sports rankings are.
I don't understand that. So, because I mean, I didn't hear you say Tim Brown. I didn't hear you say like Rockab Ishmael. None of those guys. Like, I didn't hear any of those guys that like I would put over Jerry Judy.
12. Yeah, Jamar Chase at 12. Amari Cooper was 11.
Amari Cooper was a good college. 13. He was good. Amari Cooper was a good receiver in college. He was really good.
14.
I thought, okay, that's fine. That's fine.
And then you got, Marquise Lee at 15. USC. Corey Coleman from Baylor at 16.
This must be only new play. This must be only new players. I just don't like. You know what I mean? Like we're
Dwayne
missing.
Jarrett is on 19. James Washington 20.
Damn. Michael Irvin's not on the list.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think Michael Irvin. I don't think none of those players are in there because I don't think the list is even counting those guys.
It must be just from 2000 because you got Roy Williams at 24.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I put in all time. So
what? Oh yeah, I know, baby. Okay, so Tony said receiver, so I'm gonna match Tony's energy, and I'm gonna go DB. So we've already said Champ Bailey.
Yeah.
So and we're gonna go ahead and we're going to nix Deion Sanders. Just go ahead and take him off the table because that's the obvious choices. Okay, that's the obvious people. So we're talking full-fledged cornerbacks. We're not talking safeties yet. We'll get into safeties in a second. Cornerbacks, and I'm telling you, the more beers we drink, this list is going to change. I mean, so we're going to be full of excitement when it comes to this. But anyway, cornerbacks. Riddle, you're up. Go.
This is not going to be well received. Was Charles Woodson was a corner, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, he was 100% a corner.
How do you not throw him into that conversation?
Oh, dude, I mean, it's a great college player and an absolute great NFL player. I mean, absolute great. Longevity wise, everything. He had it all. 100%. That's a good pick. That's a good pick. Tony, what you got? This is tough.
Trying to think of some just from watching over the years. Because we can't say Dion, or I already said Champ, so
yeah.
What about Hill? Terrence Newman was a bad dude.
Terrence Newman, Kansas State alumni. Kansas State alumni. 100% a great one.
Cowboys took him top 5 pick.
Great one.
If we're just talking shutdown corners,
yeah.
Maurice Claiborne for LSU.
Yeah. What about
he was a really good one.
The dude that played for Virginia Tech, was it D'Angelo Hall? Played for years in the league. Yeah. Played for years in the league. My pick was going to be actually I'm going against my gut here. My pick is actually going to be Patrick Peterson.
Peterson was a good one too.
From college, the dude was absolute shutdown. I mean, and Honey Badger would definitely be in the safety talk, but we're not there yet. But anyway, so Aqib Talib, great NFL player, great college player. That's a good example of what we're looking for. So, all right.
We've already, this list on Sportskeeda,
yep,
we've already mentioned the top 3.
Of course we have.
Dre Bly was number 4 on their list.
Dre Bly, dude. So this list is just anybody we can think of. So when we pull up the list that Riddle's kind of redoing the research on, sometimes it's 2000 and more current players, and sometimes we want your old players too. We respect all players here. Like, I mean, if we were going to be homers, I would say like Antonio Langham for Alabama, but he was Alabama's only player on the top 100 century list in the year 2000. So,
for
the SEC.
One thing, about being a Vols fan, we've really never had, since, just watching since I was a kid, never had like a true just shut down corner.
Really?
No one,
yeah. I mean, I guess I can't think of anybody really.
We've had some good corners. Just
you've had some great safeties.
No one gets talked about. Yeah, safeties.
Great safeties.
So,
but you can't think of anyone. I can't think of anyone really. Just comes to the top of my head.
Thriller said Will Johnson. Thriller said Will Johnson and Denzel Burke. Those are 2 good choices. I think Will Johnson's going to be the first DB picked this year. So I mean, sure. I could respect that and see that. Okay. So now we're going to go safeties. And before you answer, we're taking Eric Berry, Ed Reed, and Sean Taylor off the table because I feel like those are the go-tos. We're taking them off, and we've already said Honey Badger. So we're moving forward. Top safeties.
Well, mine... Thriller's gonna like this one because he's a USC guy.
Oh,
Ronnie Lott.
Oh, dude. Troy Polamalu is a great answer. Troy Polamalu. Yeah, so I see both of you guys. And I'm going to go one step further. I'm going to see an SEC boy come to the top of the list, cream of the crop. I'm going to say Steve Atwater.
Oh, he was a stud at Arkansas. Stud.
Dude, the safety list definitely goes deep and goes hard.
So this list I've got pulled up, I just pulled it up. Atwater's 19th on this list.
Okay, maybe in college I'll give you that. In the NFL, he's up there. Him and Ronnie Lott are walking hand in hand. I'm just saying.
We were told we couldn't go with Ed Reed.
You can't go. Those were the obvious ones, bro. Those were the obvious ones. Those were the obvious ones that we kind of omitted for those guys. Eric Berry, because we talked about him before, and then we talked about Tyrone Matthew, who, while he wasn't anywhere in the league of these guys, around the line of scrimmage, he was really good. So I'm going to say another name. Tony, I'm going to throw this back to you. I'm going to bounce this one at you, but I'm going to say another name, and I'm going to go with Roy Williams from Oklahoma.
That's who I was going to say.
Yeah. See, great minds.
That's who I was thinking.
Hell, dude, he was stud. He was a stud, man, and played great. Another great NFL player. Who Who else we got?
Oh, Alabama's got 3 in the top 15. Can you name them?
3 safeties. How far does the list go back? Does it?
This is all time.
George Teague?
Not in the top 15.
Okay, God. Okay, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Damn it. Now I got to freaking think hard. Top 50. Oh my God. I feel like I should know this.
Kind of more recent.
Yeah.
Like not over the last.
Oh, they're more recent. Okay.
Yeah, more recent.
Landon Collins.
No.
Minkah Fitzpatrick's definitely on the list.
Top 10. He's 10th.
Okay, Minkah Fitzpatrick. It ain't my boy Vinny, is he? It ain't my boy. I know. Hey, Bob Sanders was a great one. Hey, Perkins, Bob Sanders was great. Sure. If Bob wouldn't have got hurt at the Colts, that dude was a difference maker on defense. Okay, who are they, Riddle? I'm drawing a blank.
By the way, Bob Sanders is 24 on that list I pulled up.
Bob Sanders was fantastic. Fantastic player.
So your 3 Alabamas in the top 15 are
I should
Minkah
know this.
at 10.
Yeah.
Mark Barron.
Barron was great. Barron was great.
And HaHa Clinton Dix,
who is now director of player community whatever at Alabama. So I can see that. Yeah. But I don't see him like in the same realm as Bob Sanders, but but then again, college is college. It's a little different. So
your top 9 though, we basically hit most of them. Obviously Ed Reed was 1, Ronnie Lott was 2, Eric Berry 3, Sean Taylor 4. Kenny Easley from UCLA was 5. Jack Tatum from Ohio State was 6. Roy Williams was 7.
We do
Doss not at Ohio State was 8.
Mike Doss was
Polamalu.
So we do not respect Mr. Tatum enough. That guy goes way back, but that guy is one of the greatest in the NFL and college. They said I think one time me and Chris were watching a story on him this last weekend, and like Jack Tatum literally like knocked somebody out he almost died like on the field or some shit. It was crazy. Jack Tatum was absolute, just a different level. But again, the game was a different level back then too. So
Chump said his favorite player all time on Madden, and it was Bob Sanders because we had many Madden battles.
Bob Sanders
controlled that guy.
So you beat Riddle every time, didn't you? That's fine. I understand.
Not every time, but we did get kicked out of. So I had a buddy that used to host Madden tournaments.
Yeah.
And I won 2 in a row, and the third one that I got invited to, I got sick, so I sent Kyle in my place, and Kyle won it. They never asked us back.
Tony used to win some Madden money too, didn't he? Bob Sanders was a lot. Bob Sanders was a lot, dude. Bob Sanders used to be a great player. I mean, dude, I wish he wouldn't have got hurt. I feel like the Colts could have won a little bit more. They just didn't have the back end to help. But anyway, all right. So now we're going to move on to defensive line. So with defensive line, we know the people we've already mentioned, and we're not going to mention those people again. So go ahead, Riddle. You got first opening bid.
Oh, you took away my guy. You said I couldn't say him again. Just because I watched this guy.
Yeah.
I saw him in person. John Henderson for Tennessee. I know we talked briefly about him earlier. Was incredible, the things he did in college.
John Henderson was a good player, 100%.
Nah, not just.
I mean, you can throw. Yeah, I mean, he was great. You can throw Haynesworth in there too, though, for Tennessee.
I loved Haynesworth. I loved Haynesworth, but Henderson was better.
Yeah, Haynesworth did. Sure. Haynesworth did not live up to his hype when he was in college. He was great, but he was. I mean, he should have been much better. He should have been. He was a monster. So
my number one though. We talked about him in that Heisman conversation.
So,
yeah, how can you not go with him? Glenn Dorsey, LSU.
Glenn Dorsey, stud.
Defensive tackle. I forgot about him. Jeez.
Warren Sapp back in the day.
Dude, Warren Sapp was an absolute. So, we got J.J. Watt.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he was pretty good. Vince Wilfork. Vince Wilfork. Absolutely. I'll never forget him.
I was about to say his name.
Walking in the Patriots locker room or the Houston, Texas locker room when he had the cutoffs. and the cowboy hat. I'll never forget it. Freaking great.
Crazy that he was a backup on that 2001 Miami team.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. Okay, so who else we got? Tony, who you got in there?
Best. Hell, I'm gonna just throw a little Tennessee ball out. I'm gonna say Leonard Little.
Leonard Little, dude, that was back in the day.
He's one of the few edge rushers that we've had that that were dominant. I mean, that's another besides Minister Defense. I'm trying to think of another like edge rusher we used to have that you can kind of rely on to make that big play when you needed it.
Well, I mean,
cause a turnover.
Besides the greatest of all time.
See Alabama, and I feel like since I've been watching since I was a kid. You can name off plethora of players, right?
Yeah.
Defensive line. Tennessee's hard.
Yeah. So we got
many standouts.
Perkins said Julius Peppers at North Carolina. That's a trick. So I'm gonna. Yeah, that's a Julius Peppers, an absolute great one. I mean, that is the one.
Talk about college, just college.
Yeah.
Jadeveon Clowney.
Yeah, Jadeveon Clowney. Bruce Smith.
Really though?
Bruce Smith. Chris brought up Terrell Suggs. Terrell Suggs, Arizona State, absolute stud. But Bruce Smith was unstoppable in college, just like the NFL. So we've got some really good ones sitting out. Oh, here's a good. Well, he's old school though. I don't want to go too far back. Dick Butkus. Yeah, I mean, absolute. But like, I was just trying to think of like people that were, because we could go way back if we wanted to, but
for sure
there's got to be a limit. But yeah, Chris Terrell Suggs was absolute one of the greatest in the NFL to ever play. Played outside linebacker a lot in the pros, and it was an absolute, I mean, just a beast of a player. Bruce Smith, Virginia Tech. I think we already talked about him. We know what he could do and what he did in the league. Who else? Anybody else I'm missing? What about Mean Joe Green?
I said Butkus. Butkus, I think, was considered a linebacker.
Yeah, he was. I think he was. But
would you throw Javon Curse on there?
Yes, but he played linebacker in college. He played linebacker in college. So you have to we're gonna go to linebacker now. We're going to linebacker. So we're gonna go ahead and say Derek Thomas is not in this list because I think I'd have to go for him. I'm not gonna say Derek Thomas. I am gonna go ahead and say Al Wilson. I'll steal Tony's. I'm gonna say Al Wilson. Tony, who you got?
Linebacker.
Yeah,
Miami's got a lot of those. So from Miami.
Yeah, they got a lot of great linebackers.
I'm gonna go. What about the old crazy Bosworth? He's played for Oklahoma.
Brian Bosworth was a very, very good linebacker in college. 100%, very good one. So I'm gonna go with a guy that kind of old school, but not that old school. I'm gonna go with Andy Katzenmoyer for Ohio State.
I mean, who are we not allowed to say?
Just Derek Thomas, just people that we've talked about already. Yeah, I know, just people. That's all.
Has Lawrence Taylor been brought into this?
Lawrence Taylor is the absolute greatest of all time. So I'm not gonna sit here. LT was absolutely Thriller. We brought up Ray Maluga, Brian Cushing, and Clay Matthews because I think they all played together on that 04 team. We brought that up when we talked about greatest team, and we were actually very complimentary of that linebacking core. Alvin Mack Perkins got you. What about LeVar Arrington? Any love for LeVar? Freaking stud.
We can stay at USC. We just got to go a little bit further back.
Junior Seau. I was there. Junior Seau. Hey, let's go even further back. What about old eyeballs himself, Mike Singletary?
I think, and this guy, I feel like he was. I don't say he was underrated because he's not underrated. He got his props.
I think you're going.
Talk about greatest linebackers of all time.
You're going to my guy.
Luke Kuechly.
Okay, Luke Kuechly. So your guy is not my guy. My guy. You ready? My guy. Next guy. My next guy. Derek Brooks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude. Great college player. Played on that fantastic stretch of Florida State in the early 90s. Played for the Bucks for so many years and was fantastic. Fantastic.
Sportskeeda has Ray Lewis at 10th all time.
Did we say Warren Sapp on the D line? We said Warren Sapp, didn't we?
Yeah, okay. I said Sapp.
Hey, that's a good one, Perkins. Hightower from Tennessee. Hightower from Tennessee. He said, "No, Philip Fulmer, I don't want to see you today," and he went to Alabama.
We didn't want him anyways.
Oh, bullshit.
We didn't want him.
All right, yeah.
Loaded.
Hey, remember when you were just talking about how you didn't have a good defensive players you could name off? Now we know why.
Well, I was talking about corners at the time. Huh?
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Whatever.
You're right. All right.
Y'all can have him.
Okay, so
let me bring this one up as a topic because this one the top is what really is talked about, and the greatest game in college football history.
Okay, greatest game in college football history. So this is going to be a toss-up. This is going to be a conversation piece, but there's only two in my mind. There's only two. So these guys have listed.
Riller's not going to want to hear this.
These guys have listed. These guys have listed this 05 Rose Bowl.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And 05 Rose Bowl was great. It was good. It was fantastic. It will not touch the Alabama-Georgia national title game. It does not touch it. First overtime game ever in college to be walked off with a second and 26 touchdown. Riddle, you got to respect it. I mean, there's nothing that ever come close to that. Saban pulled off the greatest miracle.
The game before it would put up there with it.
Oh, yeah, the Oklahoma, yeah, but and I'm not hating on the USC Texas. That was like 1-2 for me, but the whole story, the Clemson Bama game in 2016 was phenomenal, where they had the pick play on the goal line and they scored and beat us. That was a great game.
You want to know what Bleacher Report's second greatest game of all time was?
What?
Auburn, Alabama, 2013.
That was crazy too. Perkins just said it, and I relive that one all the time. I see it on TV all the time. I'll never live that one down. Just like Riddle never lived down the Georgia one. Which one?
I'd actually forgot about this one when I brought this up because Texas USC Rose Bowl.
That was the game, and I think that was the game.
You had USC's winning streak on the line against Vince Young, who felt slighted, and
they were going back.
Fantastic,
trying to.
This one though, I remember watching this one too, as it happened, and couldn't believe it.
All right,
2007 Fiesta Bowl, Boise State, Oklahoma.
Oh, that was a fantastic game. I want to talk about one. I'm going to talk about a game. You remember the game against Arkansas and like Ole Miss where the dude
overtimes or whatever?
Yeah, the dude like threw the ball back, like he was running and like I think it was Alex Collins and threw the ball over his head. Iron Bowl equals yeah. Hey man,
I don't know, Chris. That was pretty good. Who was that? Slapping
in cheeks.
He said the real. No, that was a good one. What are you talking about?
Stanford Cal. I mean, the Stanford Cal, the greatest. Yeah, that was definitely. Thanks for following Slap. I'm just gonna say, like, in all honesty, like. A lot of good ones. The Rose Bowl, I would feel like would be the consensus if you ask the public, but I just don't feel like the Alabama-Georgia game. I think people have gotten tired of Alabama and Georgia, so I don't think anyone wants to remember those days. But, dude, just the narrative like behind that whole game, Riddle, I know you respect it because you kind of lived with me through this moments, but you have to respect the fact the guy put in a true freshman that's never even played or started a game.
At halftime,
that had nuts.
At halftime.
He had nuts the size of your head, dude. I mean, like, I just don't even know.
Because who was the starting running back that year? Because he put in the guy that's at Pittsburgh right now. I'm drawing a blank on his name.
Right now?
You hate him.
Najee
Harris.
Najee Harris.
He was a freshman that year, and he put him in to the game, too.
Dude was a great player. He was a great player. So, Slapping Cheeks said Notre Dame USC is better than the Iron Bowl. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Thriller will jump all over that because we've seen some pretty good Notre Dame USC games.
We've seen some trash ones.
yeah. But right now though,
we've seen some trash Iron Bowls too.
Okay, but hold on. Like, I'm an Alabama fan, and I'm telling you right now, Tennessee game means more to me than the Auburn game does. Yeah, the Bush push. Yeah, I mean, exactly. Freaking.
What about this game? Because this was the first time, growing up, that I remembered the tip ball being caught at the end of a game to win it.
Yeah.
2002 LSU and Kentucky game.
Dude, that game was so phenomenal. All the players are on the field. And they're
the coach had already been dunked in Gatorade.
Yeah.
Jared Lorenzen's over there celebrating. They just pulled off the upset, and then bang.
and then the coach's reaction. Who was the coach at that time? His reaction after they had lost.
Morris.
It was almost identical to getting when he got dumped on by the
dude.
Gatorade.
That was
like the same both times.
Marcus Randall to Devery Henderson for 74 yards.
Riddle, and to echo that, what about the 2010 Auburn, Georgia?
Oh, that's the same thing. It was 2 weeks before they.
It was I know, but it was exactly the same.
The miracle
thing.
on the plains. I
mean, Perkins came up with a big one. The Nebraska Missouri game in '97 with the kick.
Yeah.
The kick. Oh my God, I forgot about it, Perkins, dude. I forgot about it, man. UCLA, Texas A&M, where they had 70 apiece. I thought that was Arkansas. Was that not an Arkansas game?
Like where it was Arkansas.
Where it went to like 7 overtimes or something?
That wasn't too long.
Oh, the Bush push is actually 18th on this list for the greatest game.
Tony, you remember when the Tennessee-Alabama game went to like 7 overtimes?
Yeah.
That was a good one. I mean, anytime you got that many overtimes, I think that was the last time before they actually
that was the last
brought the rules. They brought the rules on where you had to like
start going for 2 and crap like that.
Yeah. Man, this has been fun. I like living the nostalgic life with you guys. All right, we're gonna do one more topic, then we're gonna call it a night because Tony's getting dark and he needs a backlight. It's getting dark. It looks like it's getting tired over there. Yeah, those games with the overtime changes would have been fun. All right, so what are we gonna do? Let's see. One more topic, guys. Thriller.
2-point conversions.
Thriller Perkins, give us a topic. Give us a topic. One more topic. We need something from y'all. Y'all been hanging out. Let's go. One more topic.
Definitely getting Tony a ring light for
Christmas.
Whatever. No, Christmas will be too long. Still got 2 months for that.
Yeah, I was already looking at mini tripods.
And he's like, I'm looking while I'm talking to y'all. I'm looking while I'm talking. All right, we need a topic. Amanda. Give us a topic, Amanda. Amanda just joined up. She's going to give us a topic. Anything or football, anything, just anything at all. It could be a random funny. It could be anything. Best. Okay. Thriller, you be thinking about yours because we're going to do 2 now that if you both, whoever brings up questions, we're going to answer them. So anything or football. And then Perkins said best college QB running back duo. So this is college. Ooh.
I mean, off the top of my head, I was just thinking of Leinart and Bush.
That's a good solid one. That's a good one. What about? Dang, man, this is tough.
It's hard because most of the
Fraser Lawrence,
you got one.
Yeah, I mean Fraser Lawrence.
Fraser Lawrence is solid.
95 Nebraska. That's what I was thinking of. But
damn.
You usually
Lawrence
have
Phillips,
one or the other.
This is a challenge.
Lindell and Matt both. Yeah, but Reggie was better though.
Yeah.
He was smashed.
I mean, I can't even. Let me see.
We're talking about excitement.
Let me see what else we got. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a dual threat quarterback that had a good.
I mean, I guess you got to put Lawrence and ETN on there.
Yeah, that was one of them. I was sitting there thinking, like, what about like, and I don't mean this like.
Oh yeah.
What
I still prefer. Bush.
Where was Scott Frost with Amon Green? At Nebraska.
Nebraska.
Yeah, I know, but where were they? I think they were together. but I can't. I think they were running back and quarterback duo. I mean, not as good as Frazier, but still has over 1,000 yards. Who was Vince's running back at the time? Was Vince's running back Benson? Or was that after?
No. Benson was not there.
Okay.
Honestly,
okay.
I don't think Vince Young had a real,
probably not like not like that. Who did Tebow have? Tebow had.
That's a good question because
I don't remember.
Harvin, they kept.
Percy was a dynamic guy, but he wasn't.
Yeah, they just kept putting him in the back. I know he's not run back, but that's the only guy I think of top of my head.
What about Slayton
and Pat White? Oh man, that was fun. That was fun. That was a fun combo.
Yeah.
That's a fun combo.
Piss out of Georgia in the Sugar Bowl.
Thriller, what question you got? What question you got, Thriller?
Did Tebow have? Let me look that up.
I don't know, because all I can think of is them putting Percy in the backfield, because they put him everywhere. Yeah, so that's all I can think of. I don't know who the damn running back was.
I'm gonna throw one curveball question. If we don't get another question from the audience, I'm gonna throw a curveball. And it's going to be something not football related. We're going to go something that you guys are very familiar with, though. Just waiting to see any more questions. If no other questions, throw the curve. Here's the curve. Curveball. Greatest baseball memory that you were in attendance for. You had to be there. Tony, you're up.
Well, there's not very many.
I'm sure there is.
No, because I think a majority of the games. I'm just going to go back to my first game. That was 97.
Okay.
And John Smoltz starting against the Marlins, who ended up winning the damn World Series that year. And they were loaded. They were a loaded team. I'm just thinking of what I got to see as a kid. Now, as moments happening in a game, I've never been to a crazy game where there's been like something crazy to happen.
Okay.
The only thing I think of, I guess, is the World Series loss. Woohoo! We were up.
I remember when y'all went down there. I remember when you went down there. I remember getting the pictures and everything. Y'all all took off work, called off, did all whatever you did. I can't remember, but that was a good moment because y'all got to go together. That was fun. So, Riddle, what you got?
I mean, I've been to quite a few baseball games. Again, like memorable moments. If you really break it down, especially in the sport of baseball, it's few and far between.
Yeah.
Now, individual moments. The year Bonds hit 73 homers. We went to St. Louis, watched them play the Cardinals. I got to see Bonds hit 2 in a game.
Yeah, that's fun.
I was also in St. Louis when Chicago. I think I was 13. And I was doing it to mess with my dad. I wore a Cubs shirt to the game that night, and the Cubs were up 6 runs going into the bottom of the ninth, and the Cardinals scored 7 to win. Drunk guy just absolutely started giving it to me, and my dad was like, "No, you're going to wear this one." Braves. I've been to Fulton County Stadium. I watched the 13-inning game against the Padres back in the 90s. I've been to Turner Field. I've been to Truist Park for the World Series. Actually, that 2019 playoff game 1 of the NLDS, Cardinals and Braves, that was a really good game. So, yeah, there's a lot for me. This one's just a jab at Tony. That 2019 division game when Green got hurt warming up and they brought in Luke Jackson. That might be my favorite moment. Goldschmidt about hit one out of the stadium off of him.
I'm glad you had a good time. That's because it wasn't fun watching.
Oh my God. Okay. So, y'all have heard mine before. I'm not going to sit here and bore everybody with it too much, but I am going to tell it because we're here talking. So, it was a weekend, Riddle. I know you've heard the story. I don't have as many baseball moments as you guys do, but I saw Old Busch Stadium. I saw Mark McGwire hit number 60 out. I went Saturday to Wrigley and saw Sammy Sosa hit like 57 and 58. And then that night I was at Old Milwaukee Stadium watching the Brewers play. So 3 games in literally 24 hours. One of the greatest weekends I've ever seen. And I also did get to go to Kansas City. It was one of my bucket list items, and see Griffey hit a home run into the waterfall. So those are those are good. Yeah. Yeah. It's freaking sweet. All right.
I only got to see the Ken Griffey in the Reds uniform. So
I went and saw him at the Reds a lot, dude. We used to go to a lot of baseball games. Thriller, you got yours typed out yet? He said it was a lot of typing. I just want to know if he's got it typed out yet.
I think he just said it's a lot to text, so I don't know if he's going to or not.
Well, tell him to text you on your phone. Tell him to text you on your phone. Yeah, give him a call. Hell, just put him on speakerphone. It ain't no skin off our back. We're all just sitting here. Well, Tony, okay. So I was gonna say we'll get off sports for a minute while we're waiting. So let's say this. Most embarrassing moment for you while watching a sports game. I know it's sports, but
it's been too many.
Yeah,
that's way too many. There's not one that sticks out. It's all the same. It's all trash.
Oh man!
I used to write. I used to have a literal diary of heartbreaks.
Heartbreaks, a diary of heartbreaks. Yeah, that's funny. Okay, that's a good one.
English, yeah, that's ridiculous. I was a kid, and my teams are hurting me.
Don't hurt me, Daddy.
Yeah. English class, we used to have to write every day in our diary, journal, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It'd always be something that bad happened.
See, I didn't know this, so now I feel entitled.
Yeah, it's too much. I don't know. I guess the saddest one that happened. What? That happened to me. That was at Titans and Bengals playoff game, and we all know what happened there.
We're not gonna relive it. We gotta tell the fans. We'll just say this. We'll say this. Tony ended up not watching the game. Okay. He did watch the game. Let's just say that. All right, Riddle. So, what do you have?
Well, he doesn't have good service, and he is at his daughter's gymnastics, so he's watching the stream, just passing the time. So he said we could talk about whatever. It's good for him.
All right,
he did put his baseball moment in the chat, and it was for leading off
for the Braves against the Marlins.
His mom called the homer.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. So, all right, Riddle. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna try to throw a curve, like another curveball, just a real random question. Try to get away from sports for a minute. So we're gonna try to do something along the lines of funniest moment you can recall, Riddle. You could either be the one telling the joke. Remember, this is a family show, but you can be the one telling the joke. You can be the butt of the joke. We don't care. Just lead us away. Let's wrap this up with some funny moment.
Man, I'm usually the butt of the joke, and I don't know if you can be the butt of the joke. I mean, surely someone has a joke on you that we could. There's plenty of jokes on me.
Yeah, 100%. There's no doubts. I mean,
the funniest, just off the top of my head, it involves Tony.
Okay,
you were indirectly involved.
Okay,
so he was. I guess I don't know if y'all went out to eat or whatever, but the women went out, and then he was supposed to come to your house and hang out with you. He let Rex out.
This is a good one.
Walking into the living room, and on his camera in his living room, you see the moment he looks over at his couch and falls in love and fell like a tree directly on his couch, and he never made it to your house. Kills me every time I see that video. I love that.
That is an acceptable answer, and we will accept your payment.
For Thriller being in the chat, I will tell this story. When we were younger, his mom would always go to work, and then we would all go over to his house and play beer pong, do whatever. Well,
good for y'all.
90% of the time, as I'm driving to his house, his mom would pass me. Like, she knew where I was going. And so one day we get over there and we're in his living room playing beer pong. There's 9 or 10 of us there just in her living room. The front door opens, and it's his mom. And she said, since all of y'all are here, y'all can come with me. And she loaded us up, and we had to go move a refrigerator down the road from where her son lived to her house for her. And then, just a real quick honorable mention, me and Chumbly were at his house. It was at his mom's house. We were hanging out. He was using the bathroom. I threw a water dynamite in there at him. It blows up. In his mind, I don't know why this thought crossed his mind, but he was like, hey, let me see one of those. I gave him a water dynamite, lights it, drops it in the toilet, and blows the entire bottom out of the toilet. We panic, and we just go and we camp at the lake for the night.
Wow.
He leaves a voicemail for his mom because she was at work. She worked nights. And he said, hey, when you get home, the toilet's not going to work until you buy a new one. I blew the bottom out of it.
It's literally probably did not take him literally.
No, and then, so when we got back the next day, when we finally went back to his house, we had to swap the toilets out. She bought a new toilet. We had to take the old one to the road, put the new one in.
All right. So that was good. I'll accept that. So Thriller said the double antiquing at my house while playing Halo 3.
Oh yeah, that was with our buddy Chad. That involved me.
Okay, so tell us this one because you
need to get down. You don't need to.
We used to, and you know what antiquing is? It's flour. Yeah. You unexpectedly throw flour in people's face. My favorite one was with Casey when like 5 of us did it to him all at once while he was asleep, and this dude got up and walked like 10 miles home. But the double antiquing was, at the time, I had never been antiqued. Kyle still to this day has never been antiqued. But I got Chad. He's our buddy that passed away from cancer, but was playing Halo, and like we would play, and whoever got the least amount of kills had to switch up. I had to give the controller up. So he was playing, and I was like, hey, Chad, and I hit him directly in the face. Ha ha ha, very funny. I got the controller later on. I was sitting there playing. I got the lowest kills. I was like, all right, so who's turning it? He's like, hey, Jeff. And I turned, and my eyes were open. It was caked on my eyes. Like, he drilled me. And I still got the video to this day. And Chubb was like, camera's rolling. Because that was our rule. If the camera was rolling, you couldn't get mad.
Yeah.
Chump also shot me in the eye with a Roman candle once, but the camera was rolling. But I did get pretty mad that night.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to do one. This is a Tony Pardo one. He's here, so we might as well. I think we all remember this, and we have video of it, and we have pictures.
Stories for me.
No, yeah, I know. What can you say? Well, he brought you up, and then I was like, you know what, I got. So mine is the cigar story. So we're all hanging out at the house. We're having a few drinks. We're feeling good, and we decide that we're gonna light up some stogies and kind of just hang out and smoke a cigar on the deck. Well, I didn't realize that when we gave Tony this cigar, this was his first cigar. It had to be his first cigar because he literally gnawed on it like a beaver.
I was drunk. First off, I don't remember any of that.
He literally, it looked like...
I don't remember any of that.
You know how in the cartoons, when someone takes a piece of dynamite and sticks it in the cigar and it blows up the end? That's what Tony's mouthpiece looked like.
I still got the videos of that too.
It looks so funny. But anyway, all right. We're going to sign off. We're going to call it. Thank you, guys. Tony, all right, Tony, tell one. Tell one, Tony.
I think 3 things were already mentioned about me on this.
He's good. He's good. All right, so.
I mean, unless you want to hear about the one where I pulled a log out of my ass.
I guess we got to hear it now.
It's not literally a log, but it felt like one.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, I was at the hospital.
Intriguing minds got to know.
So it started at the hospital. I remember I was like a sophomore in high school. And my grandfather was there at the time. So I was there with my mom. Hell, I had took a shit in like, I don't know, 2 or 3 days. So went to the bathroom, had a little bit of urge, went. got about this. I don't know, about this much out. Well, it wouldn't come out, so I had to give it the old claw. I pulled out. I'm telling you, this thing was like this. I'm not even joking. And my sister, it was a Thursday night. It was a Thursday night. It was a Thursday night because I remember because my sister was cheerleading for a football game that night.
Oh my God!
And
heart in the chat for Tony.
You know how hard it is to sit there on concrete and bleachers.
Yeah.
I knew about the time. I told Mom, yeah, it was tough. I ended up telling my sister and Casey about it. And,
my God.
I was a butt end of that joke too.
Oh my God. Okay. All right. With that said, guys.
That's when I knew I didn't want to be gay.
So thank you everybody for listening. This was really just like us throwing together something, just shooting the shit, and while we worked on some screen layouts and things like that. So this was not intended to be some official podcast where we run over topics, but this is just the stuff we do when we're sitting around hanging out with each other. So with that said, we're gonna get off here. Everyone that liked, everyone that followed, everyone that attended, thank you. We appreciate you very much. If you haven't already done so, our podcast is called Locked, Loaded, and Goated. It's on Spotify. It's on Apple. It's on Amazon Music. Please go like and follow that. We're trying to build that up. We're trying to get that going. And like I said, if you haven't liked and followed on here, please do. Appreciate everybody. That's all we got. Goodbye.
Saturday.
Oh, Saturday. We're back at Saturday at 8:30. We're going to be back live Saturday at 8:30, and we'll be doing the same thing, talking about today's games. Tony will be trying to figure out what happens with Tennessee game before he gets on. But
there's a good chance he'll be mad. So
tune in for that.